Hi there, you little cutie. You little cutie who just got a new little piece of jewelry on a certain finger. Congratulations. I never get tired of hearing people say that. And it's like, it feels, for me, it feels so weird because it just feels like such a natural progression of mine and my fiance's love story that it's like, congratulations on destiny being fulfilled. Thank you so much. I love you. But there are some things I've learned in this short period of being engaged. I've been engaged for about 8 weeks now. There are some things that I would love to share to a newly engaged woman who is trying to navigate this new chapter in her life. So, welcome. Congratulations, and let's get started. So, the first thing I'm going to say is going to be really cliche, but it is so important that I'm just going to reiterate it, and that is to enjoy the process. I enjoyed being engaged maybe for like a day or two before I realized, oh fuck, I don't know anything about planning a wedding. Do we even want to have a wedding? What do we want to do? Do we want to go elope? Do we want to get married at the courthouse? What do we want to do? Who are we? What is life? What's happening? I had no idea. You might be feeling the same way. Pardon me for assuming, but that's definitely a potential. Unless you're in the event planning industry, this is maybe not a strong suit of yours, which is 100% fine and normal. And it just feels like as soon as you go into the realm of Pinterest, there's so much pressure on this one day that, from what I hear, goes by so incredibly fast. It's like why you want to have a photographer to remember that that day actually happened because when you're living it, it just like it's insane. This is from what I hear, so I'm trying to keep that in mind during the planning process. So because our culture is the way that it is, where everything is kind of like product based. It's like, here is this end result that is amazing and incredible, and we don't really document or give as much reverence to the process on how we get there. So this time of engagement is less about the actual wedding day and more about the process you and your partner go through to get to that point. And that throughout this process, like, you guys are staying true to yourselves as a couple and your love story and how you got here. And it's not trying to match anybody else's vision but yours. So just do your best to stay as present as possible. This might be a great time to get back into meditation or start if you've always wanted to try but never have, but just try to stay as present in this process as you can, because some days it will feel like it all depends on this one day. Everything is being measured up to this one day, and it's not the case. Like, it will go by so incredibly fast if having a wedding is the most authentic and accurate representation of you and your partner, because maybe it's not. But if a wedding is what you're planning, like, the process of getting there is so much more important than the actual day. The day is going to be, this is what I hear too, it is one of the best days of your life, one of the best. So just take the pressure off of yourself for it to look like this Pinterest board and just focus on the tiny, like, the small details that are going to most accurately represent you and your partner. That's what I've had to, that's how I've had to reorient myself. during this planning process. At first, like the first 2 weeks, I was like, all right, it's fucking go time. We got to get shit done. And what actually happened was like I was excluding my partner from that process and just assuming he didn't want to be involved when actually he did want to be included in this thing that we were planning together. And it wasn't just all on me to figure out. So yeah, if you tend to that type A personality, that is something you may want to take into consideration. It may be nice because your partner may not be interested, but maybe just posing the question and asking if they want to be involved. Do you want to meet with this potential florist? Do you want to jump in on this call with this potential whatever? Like that, they might really appreciate receiving that question and that invitation. Enjoy the process. Take it day by day. It's going to be here before you know it. And just how you guys show up for each other during this planning process where things can get stressful, like there's family and friends involved, there's finances, like things can get stressful, just like life. There's days where it's a lot and days where it's a lot of fun. So just take that into consideration and know that you guys are in this together and it doesn't all fall on your shoulders. And that is where I will leave it for now. Number 2 is I just want to reiterate that even though like being engaged and being chosen in this way feels so good, it's also okay to be sad during this time. Me and my partner were long distance, so I had just recently moved in with him and I was still sitting down roots, trying to find community nearby and a job and like still just kind of getting my bearings. And I have some good girlfriends that live far away from me. And so during the time, like after the reality had settled in, like, holy fuck, I'm getting married, I was also like, oh shit, like I thought I had more time to kind of establish a friend network around here, like a sisterhood around here. And now it just feels a little bit farther away. And there's still plenty of time for that for me. But in the moment, like those feelings were really real. And I was holding both this elation and this excitement and this overwhelming heart exploding sense of love and this like, aw, kind of sad, like threw myself a little pity party at the same time. So if you get engaged and there's someone that you wish you could celebrate with that isn't here, or you have those tender, complicated relationships that you wish were different but aren't for whatever reason, like it's okay to allow yourself to be sad, and you can hold both of those emotions at the same time. Like it's very real and very valid and you're allowed to. And I was nervous like telling my fiance about it. I was like, I don't want you to feel like like I'm depressed that we're getting married, because that is not the case. But like these feelings are real for me and this is what's coming up for me right now. Like this is a major life decision and I want to celebrate with people I love. And I had this kind of vision for what it would be like moving here and just grieving the expectations that I had set a little bit. So I just wanted to slip that permission slip in there that you are allowed to feel all the things. It doesn't just have to be happiness. Like everything is valid, and communicate that to your partner, because chances are they're picking up on something being a little off about you if you're not sharing it and communicating that. Number 3 is that this is a really beautiful time to have conversations with your partner that you maybe haven't had a chance to talk about yet. Do you want to have kids? How many kids do you want to have? How do we want to raise those kids? How long after we get married do we want to start having kids? Do we want to start having kids now and I be pregnant at the wedding? So be it. What is the number in our bank account that would make us both feel safe and secure? These are really good questions if you haven't kind of gotten on the same page with each other about these certain things to use this time to talk about. And because it hasn't been relevant until like right now, maybe. And for most of us, we don't really know when when I tell my fiance all the time, I'm like, things have been set in motion that you cannot slow down. The momentum is happening. So maybe the timeline is being moved up a bit and you're like, oh, we haven't really talked about these things. This is a really beautiful time, like knowing that you and your partner will forever be getting to know each other. And so just using this time to maybe have those deeper conversations about what we are expecting from each other, for each other, what we want for our future. Fun stuff to dream into. I mean, just really allow yourselves to make the most out of this short period of time. For most people, if you're planning a wedding, on average, it'll take about a year to plan. So that's your engagement period. And it's like, most of us won't have another engagement period. So make the most out of the special time that you guys have together before moving into this next chapter of marriage. So yeah, think about those questions, Google them. ChatGPT, God forbid, comes up with some really good prompts sometimes. So do with that information what you will. Number 4 is my least favorite to admit, but very true. The process of planning a wedding, like people say, like, it's so stressful planning a wedding, it's so stressful. And it's like, it can be, but I am unsubscribing from the idea that the whole thing start to finish has to be stressful. Like, I don't think that's true. I'm having a great time doing the food tasting. Let me tell you what. We're doing Tex-Mex for our wedding. Whew. I've never had so many fajitas in my life. It's the best thing. I just get to try it. And they're like, don't worry about the bill. I'm like, what do you mean don't worry about the bill? It's a tasting. Eat all that you want and then let us know if you want to work with us, yes or no. And I'm like, oh my God. Like, this whole world of the wedding industry is like, you are not introduced to it until you're in it and you're like, holy fuck, this is like a whole thing. This is insane. Anywho, I digress. I'm avoiding. This process will bring up things that you thought were healed about yourself. And they come up to show you, bitch, no, you're not. You still got some things to look at here. For me, I am a recovering people pleaser, and it has come to my attention that the recovery is maybe not as far along as I thought it would be. So just know that if you're going this route of planning a wedding, that there's a really good chance that you're also going to have to learn how to set boundaries and add some strength to your spine, but also some softness to your heart. I'm learning, like, it doesn't have to be one or the other. Some situations require a little bit more sternness and some require a little bit more compassion. With that being said, just know that some things may resurface for you to look at, and it's actually really quite beautiful, because if it's coming up, it's making it quite clear that it's wanting to be looked at, wanting to have attention, and like, what better time for this to come up and me to look at this? Like, this whole wedding planning thing that seems so external is now actually turning into like an inner marriage between me and the person, the wife, the leader that I want to be. And it's still showing me areas where I am stuck and shrinking myself and not stepping into my desires. So it's becoming increasingly apparent how much of an inner marriage is going on as much of an outer marriage. And my dreams have been popping off since I got fucking engaged. So we'll save that for another time. Mostly, I just wanted to come on here and tell you, before you get overwhelmed and wrapped up in the fucking highly consumeristic initiation that comes with suddenly stepping into this realm of bridal everything, please be discerning. Know that you do not need every bride fanny pack, cowboy hat, sunglasses. You're only a bride once. I mean, fucking go all out, balls to the wall. But if you don't use everything that you buy, please resell it. If you can, look on Facebook Marketplace for decorations and everything like that. Like, there is so much waste when it comes to this. So please be mindful. Number 2, fuck a Pinterest wedding. Like, Pinterest is great for inspiration, and you can kind of see where your flavor and taste, and if you've never done like tablescapes before, like I don't fucking know where to start with that shit. Like, yeah, I need to know like where's good placement for that stuff and all that, yada yada. But like, once you get your inspiration, I learned this from Jamie Wolfer, which if you haven't seen her videos already and you are going the wedding route, like, she's a lifesaver. I'll link her channel below. But she says, once you get your inspiration, delete Pinterest. Delete it, because it'll make you second guess everything. Get your inspiration and then fucking peace out. Okay? I'm almost there. I got a few more things I gotta hone in, and then Pinterest is gone. It's really important that, I mean, I hear like in this process of planning, which if you guys want me to do another video about what I've learned about wedding planning so far, let me know. I'm happy to do that as well, but because that could definitely be a whole other fucking 20-minute video. But it's really important. I hear all the time, like, people that spend so much money on their weddings and they get like lost in the sauce and it still doesn't turn out like how they wanted it to, which it never really does. Like, there will be little snafus that happen and nobody's going to notice but you, and it'll still be a beautiful day. And what is the most accurate, authentic representation of you guys as a couple? For some people, that's going to be like disappearing to go elope in the mountains and not telling anybody until like 6 months later. And they're like, we were waiting for wedding invites and we're getting hey, come grab drinks with us to celebrate our marriage. Like, maybe that is very on brand for you guys as a couple. Maybe it's more on brand for you guys to do a courthouse, make it legal, do the damn thing, not make a big fuss about it, the end. You know, like, every couple's different, every love story is different, and that's what's so beautiful. Like, that's what's so exciting. And that can be the most stressful part, but also the most fun part is like, which parts of our love story do we want to highlight? What are those tiny details that we want to accent our special day? So you can make it fun and it can be stressful in a fun way, not to the point where it's like, holy fuck, I feel like I'm dying. There's so many different options. I have no idea what I'm going to do. There's so many choices that have to be made. Please make it simple on yourself. Please stay true to you guys and your love story. And it gets a little sticky when people have opinions that are also financially helping with your wedding. But there's always a middle ground. It doesn't have to be a big thing. And if it is a big thing, maybe it's time to pivot. I hope that's helpful. I hope that these words have helped your shoulders to relax a little bit. You're able to look at your partner and flutter your eyelashes and just say, wow, I'm so in love with you. I am enjoying every second of this time together, and I can't wait to do this planning or dream into what the celebration of our union will look like for us. And so take your time, enjoy the process, and I love you so much. Congratulations on becoming a bride, graduating to bride. It's so exciting. It's so exciting. It's like, it feels like it happens to everyone, but it's never happened to you. So like, soak it up. If you don't like being the center of attention or you're not used to it, just like, do your best. Do your best to soak it up, because this is just a small blip in your life and it'll go by so fast. I love you, and let me know if you want to see more videos like this, or if you don't want to see any more like this, don't tell me. It'll hurt my feelings. Okay, love you, bye!